Hey man, say man, we talking about practice? Part 2. Let's get into it. So man, we're gonna get into this practice and law series, man. Break it down a little bit more. I got 2 dockets I'm gonna bring up, show you what effective counsel looks like, especially particularly pertaining to the Baldwin County Courthouse, and what the run-of-the-mill Georgia Railroad counsel looks like when you're dealing with Superior Court in Baldwin County and similar courthouses throughout Central Georgia and Georgia entirely. So y'all stay with me. I got some good stuff. I hope y'all got a little time. Get your popcorn ready because I'm gonna dive deep into a couple dockets, and let y'all know what it looks like to have real counsel and what it looks like to be railroaded. Let's jump into it. All right, before we get into it, neither one of these cases are about guilt or innocence. This first one is about Marcus Lillard. This is the docket of Marcus Lillard, the guy who was involved with the UGA professor. Now, I'm gonna show you he has an effective counsel. And Marcus is not a dumb, but you can see the warrant starts on February 13th, 2019, right? So this is when the arrest started. So this goes into his actual motion to withdraw. Marcus go ahead and start kicking his lawyers out. He started firing lawyers off the bat. He started firing lawyers. He's gonna fire about, you'll see throughout this document, that's the first lawyer that he fires. And this is probably about a couple of months after being arrested. Then it goes on down. The notices are from the court. Like this is the same thing. That's the same one. But the notices are from the court, and the demands or the motions are from the defendant. But the order lets them know they withdrew him. All right, this is a motion. We got a new lawyer. Now this is let you know this is a bullshit lawyer. When they got all rights and constitutional rights reserved, they're not demanding speedy trial. See, this is just something to cover the lawyer's ass. I promise you, this is a part of the railroad strategy. And Marcus Lillard was no dummy. Because you know what Marcus Lillard ended up doing? You finna see right here, when it roll on down. So he fired his ass too. He said, you know what? You ain't doing nothing. He went ahead and fired him too, right? Substitute counsel, Ashley Herman. Marcus Lillard was not playing with that Baldwin County Superior Court. He said, I'm firing you. He went ahead and fired him. All right, so then you go on down. Now she started doing some work. You see these, all right, all the notices are from the court. The motions are from the defendant's lawyer, right? Motion to disclose evidence favorable in the defendant under Brady, Galileo, and all this. This goes into, this is a real lawyer doing work, all right? I want all the evidence, stuff favorable and not. And a lot of times when you have these court-appointed, court-appointed lawyers, these hometown lawyers, they don't file motions like this. Stuff like that, they trying to get you to a plea. That's what the main thing. But Marcus Lillard was not no slow leak. Here's another motion. He want right to file additional motions. His lawyer said, hey, we're gonna be, because you gotta file a motion, because if you don't, it's the burden of proof is on the state. He goes in, all those, that's another motion, a notice, all these are trial dates, calendar calls. And basically they're just bullshit. Now, certificate of discovery. Now, I think this is from the state. What they wanted, jailhouse calls. Yeah, they want a DVD interview. Now this is from his lawyer. She wanted the jailhouse call. She wanted the DVD interview. See, and then she filed more discovery. See, this is an effective counsel right here. They're filing motions. If you go through your dockets and you see stuff like that, and they're not filing, and guess what? He fired her. And she did a good job, better than most, but he still wasn't happy. So he fired her. But man, I'm telling you, he hired this guy. And I don't know if you guys know, if you guys in the situation, y'all might want to go look him up. That's his name right down there, Matthew Tucker. Matthew Tucker's a bad boy. Matthew Tucker's a real trial lawyer. Baldwin County probably don't want to see him no more. Because Matthew Tucker, look at, on the first day, 1, 2, 3, 4, he filed 4 or 5 motions back to back. Disclosed evidence favorable. He did the same thing. Discovery, jury trial, production of defendant statements and scientific reports, motion of full recordation. He want the whole record. He want everything. Motion to require prosecution, everything, man. This man came in filed, and this is a real lawyer. You don't see one leave of absence, do you? You don't see not one leave of absence on this docket. You don't see not one. And this is a felony murder trial. And you see what they end up getting, they just acquitted. Now we finna go to this other docket, and I'm gonna show you what ineffective counsel looks like. All right, again, this is not about guilt or innocence. This is just showing you the case. The Quavius cure. This is my nephew, so new media is not biased. We put it out there. He got charged with felony murder, 4 counts of aggravated assault, possession of firearm during the commission of a felony. Now look at the difference of his calendar call, and this is in a lesser time span than Mr. Lillard. This is from 2024 to 2025. He's got well over 15 calendar calls, right? Warrant issued 1/17/2024, right? And he had more calendar calls than Mr. Lillard, who was well over 2 years in the county. So keep that in mind. First thing his lawyer does, leave of absence. Georgia Railroad playbook. First thing he does, leave of absence. Now, how you gonna take a case and take a leave of absence? And as you can see on this docket, there are no motions. Nothing but notice of calendar call. And I don't know why it's a lot of return mail that they sit on this docket, but that's all I see as far as anything that pertains to the defendant. But as you can see, nothing. I see a discovery motion, okay, in July, but it's a regular discovery motion. It's not nothing too crazy, simple stuff. It's nothing a deep dive. No, you see no scientific stuff, nothing. No gunshot, gunshot residue, none of that. All right, you go on down, that's another return. You got another additional discovery. But as you can see, it's still not too much. Cell phone, geofencing, jail calls, search warrants, stuff of that nature. Main stuff, right? No physical evidence, right? All right, and no, they didn't file no motions. Nothing favorable in the defendant or not. Nothing you seen on Mr. Lillard is on this young man's docket. Now again, it's not about guilt or innocence. It's just about the effective counsel. And this guy, he don't have the resources that Mr. Lillard has. Hey, I'm not saying he did it or not, but based on the docket, according to the docket, look at that. He had another lawyer, another leave of absence. That's 2 leave of absence in less than a year's time now. That's 2 different lawyers, right? That's 3 lawyers, matter of fact. First one quit, got fired. Second one, now he got a 3rd lawyer, right? You roll on down. Here we go again, y'all. Check it out. Same old playbook. Another leave of absence. This man had 3 leave of absence in 1 calendar year. And no motions on this docket filed on his behalf. Nothing but leave of absence, which pretty much hurts him. I guess that's why his calendar call got so many dates on it. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to understand, and it look like another one. Is that another one? That is another one. Another leave of absence. Another one. This is a new lawyer too, Michael J. Alexander. This is another leave of absence. That's 4. So that's 5 different lawyers, at least 5 different leave of absence. 4 leave of absence in a felony murder trial, right? And we go back up. Now that shows the guilty plea there, but we're gonna go back up. He pled not guilty. He pled not guilty maybe a couple of months after being indicted. There it is right there. He pled not guilty on February. He got locked up in January. He pled guilty February, Valentine's Day, 2024. Coming up on 2 years. He pled not guilty, right? Not guilty. Now you scroll down, but you sit in that Baldwin County jail, man. That Baldwin County jail, as them boys say back home, that Baldwin County jail pulling. You feel me? It's pulling. So now you come back in here, July 2025. So after being locked up 1 year and 7 months in the Baldwin County jail, man, they be ready. They'll take anything. And from you finna see from this plea that he took, it don't look good. I can go deep into this docket, but this kid is 17 years old. Another 17 years old. This guy you finna see it right here. Now they null price the felony murder and the possession of firearm during commission of a felony. Now this case, this kid actually didn't kill somebody. He was actually in the car with someone who got killed. But nonetheless, that's neither here nor there. But you go down, they dropped the felony murder, they dropped the gun charge, right? And if you go down here and you look, here's the sentencing. Guilty, he pled guilty to 4 counts of aggravated assault, null price the gun charge, right? $2,500 fine. They gave him 2 counts consecutive, so meaning he got 40 years and got to do 15 on the inside. Georgia Railroad is real, bro. And here go his breakdown. As you remember, it was $2,500 fine. Restitution 0. Now, mind you, somebody died in this situation, so there's no restitution, no payment to the family. The $29.96 goes to the county. Jail fund $250. Law library $5, and of course the retirement fund. Georgia Railroad is real. New media. Be great today. Peace.